waiting for more than a year for justice for their loved one who became the face of a national and many would say international movement.
And 3 weeks of testimony, the jury reaching a verdict guilty of all counts for Chauvin, including the most serious, which is second-degree murder. Here's a breakdown of each charge. Guilty, second-degree unintentional murder, and that carries up to 40 years in prison. Third-degree murder, up to 25 years in prison, and second-degree manslaughter, up to 10 years in prison.
Let me be the first to say, Black lives matter.
Yes.
Justice matters.
Yes.
Transparency matters.
Yes.
And accountability matters.
Yes.
Our power,
Yes.
our message today.
Central Ohio Congresswoman Joyce Beatty leading a congressional delegation, including Speaker Nancy Pelosi, just minutes after the verdict was read. Beatty was in Minneapolis to watch the closing arguments with the family of George Floyd yesterday, invited to join civic and legislative leaders in a show of support and unity. She told me earlier today she did not see any way the jury could watch the video of the 9 minutes and 29 seconds that ended in Floyd's life being ended and not reach a guilty verdict. Beatty is calling for peace in the wake of the verdict, so I asked about the criticism Congresswoman Maxine Waters is getting for calling for confrontation.
And I'm glad you asked this question, because when you think of the young students, Black and white, who sat at the counters for the right to vote for civil rights, they were being confrontational in their actions. Marching across the Edmund Pettus Bridge, Martin Luther King Jr. actually used the words courageous confrontation. And so in the spirit of justice, it means standing up for your rights, whether that's holding a sign, whether that is walking down the street peaceful, but it means that we're not going to go away.
And Beatty says, as chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, she believes the fight for justice in policing and voting rights is just getting underway.
And I just want to mention here, it's been just about a year that the family has been waiting for justice. Meantime, the city of Minneapolis has already settled with the Floyd family for $27 million. This happened in March, months after a federal lawsuit was filed, taking issue with neck restraints and police policies and training. This, you may remember, was the largest pretrial civil rights settlement in U.S. history.